Heyo, this is Low-Key Astronaut here. I wanted to hop in here real quick and just kind of talk about how I'm feeling about Tape to Tape. I got a game against the Golfers up here. Spoilers, if you haven't gotten there, you face Golfers as the last fight. Now, Tape to Tape has been something of a really good roguelike for me. First and foremost, I don't think there are any other sports-like roguelites out there. And it makes perfect sense. Sports games have to have this kind of management versus playing versus perfecting strategies and all this stuff. And that's exactly where this game comes into play. Tape to Tape combining old school hockey games with roguelike elements, and it looks like they're going to continue to, maybe not necessarily pump out new ladders or anything like that, but continue to tweak things and kind of make it right after, the full launch happened, which is fantastic in my book. Exactly what I look for in a game. A dev who's actually standing behind their product and willing to tweak and do things. Now, one big thing or big topic I've thought about is coming from this game, right? What else can you add roguelike to that makes a beautiful game on the other end of it, right? You've got sports roguelikes, which are a potential huge untapped market. This may start a huge revolution towards that. Like I said earlier, you've got deck builders, you've got like action, you've got twin sticks. All these roguelike games can kind of all stem down to a few things: luck, skill, RNG mitigation, progress in between runs, run length, everything like that can kind of make or break a roguelike, right? So that's kind of my next point. This game doesn't really hold your hand, especially in the expert mode. You just kind of get thrown out there, and yeah, skill can take you far, but unless you start using your artifacts and your skills and all that, it's kind of difficult to get through a run. Do I think you need a god roll to win every single time? I don't think so. I think skill can help you quite a bit in this game, but definitely you need to look for some good artifacts. The Whistle of Time, I believe is what it's called. 2 times speed on the clock when you're ahead. Fantastic. Top tier item. I really don't know what would beat it. There's also the artifact I'm going to use pretty soon in the gameplay, which you can revert back a goal. I think it actually is coming up right now, funny enough. Those are just kind of, why wouldn't you take it? But other items are going to be obviously plus speed, but you get minus checking because you're smaller and you're faster, or plus checking, minus speed, stuff like that. And then obviously you have shot power for your slap shots and how quickly you can get everything off the stick and accuracy. It's simple mechanics that can easily be tweaked up and down, right? If you've got a knob where you can, power level is at 152, awesome. You can toss someone as a defensive wing and be shooting slapstick like snipes all game, and you got a little strategy there. If you're getting items and skills, you can throw those on one specific player, or spread them out throughout the team so everyone's doing decent. No, I didn't want this just to be talking about the gameplay specifically in regards to manipulation, but that's a big point. I think they do a really fantastic job here, really letting you customize and build your team the way you want. Yes, there are some throttles. You can't choose any superstar at the start. It gives you a choice of 3. I think that's good. If you're focusing on heavy power runs and stuff like that, and you eventually decide, I'm going to do it every single game, you're not going to be able to. I think that's good because it lets you explore a different avenue of, playing. Kelly Jelly runs where you're doing speed, and then the odd fungi or odd mushroom, whatever it is, where if you pass it to someone, they get a huge speed boost. Runs like that are broken, right? And that's kind of what you want in a really good roguelike. Broken runs can make a game super, super fun. I want you to pause for a second and think about a roguelike game you have done a crazy combo in that you didn't think was possible. Okay, first one that comes to my mind is Slay the Spire, right? Slay the Spire. You can do combos with all these different cards. You can have like a 4-card deck that you can cycle through as the warrior. Stuff like that is what makes you remember games. Roguelike specifically, where, oh, you're never going to believe this combo I had. You're never going to believe this run I had. I had Kelly Jelly up to 150 speed. Like, stuff like that makes games fantastic. And again, Tape to Tape has everything you would need in order for you to have a wonderful time playing. Now, I've always been a fan of video games, but I've only played a few hockey games in my day. None particularly this style, but it's obviously easy to get into. You're able to know, your one-timers, your pass back and forth. I've been slap. This is going to sound funny. I've been slap shot in the 5-hole. Take that as you will. And, shots will go in because they're not expecting it. How exactly the AI works, I'm not too sure. But I can see this game definitely getting fine-tuned and everything like that. If there are like huge glitches or anything found, which again, I think is really good for the actual lifespan of the game. Now, this game in particular, I saw during Northern Lions' first playthrough of it. And to be completely honest, I don't know of a roguelike built for anyone but him, right? He likes hockey. He likes going through everything, and he's continuing to make content because he likes doing it. I personally find it entertaining to sit and watch someone just relax and play something that sits so well with them, right? So maybe the longevity of the game is going to be helped out by that. Maybe it won't. Maybe people think it's a one-trick thing. I personally think that if you're able to get more coverage and everything like that in the streaming space, you're going to be able to do better with the long term and keeping a game running. I don't think that the game is going to have a problem with that, especially, like I said, with Northern Lion running through and playing the game consistently. And, I'm making this video now. Do I think this game needs a Discord or a community behind it? It's not multiplayer. It's all single player experience. People can certainly share their videos and everything like that. But I don't think this needs to be a Discord game, where if you think about Deep Rock Galactic, or if you think about any fighting game that isn't one of the main 3 or 4 that eventually turn into Discord fighters, you're probably going to be okay here. If coverage gets brought up, people will buy the game. It's going to be a finished product at the end of the day. Another huge reason I like it. Now, let's see here. The score on the actual game you guys are watching is 5-5. You've seen crazy goals. You've seen stuff go completely wacky. And now it's 6-5. Little spoiler, that's not the end score. And that's another thing I want to talk about. The end boss is special. Yes, it's the golfer every time. But the arena, like you saw there, the bunker trap just stopped my pass completely. That slowed down my pass twice, where I couldn't get a pass off where I'm used to getting the one-timers. You gotta change your gameplay up a little bit for each fight, each game. See, that's kind of the weird thing. If it's a sports-based roguelike, you kind of have to call it a game instead of a fight. Regardless, this game has taken a place in my heart. It also helps that you're able to play it on Steam Deck, which that, again, will also be something in consideration for games in the future. If you can play it easily on Steam Deck, if you need certain launchers, stuff like that, this also gets an A+ in that book. See, look at that. The bunker just stopped the puck completely. But, again, the game gets a complete pass when it comes to Steam Deck ability. And realistically, you can just hop in for a run, lose in 5 minutes, and say, okay, cool. Or you can go through, I'm going to get to the golfers or whatever. Now I'm just watching me slowly lose my mind. Was the end score 6-5? I may have lied to you earlier. I think I lied to you earlier. I don't score a goal. It looks like they don't score a goal either. Thanks for watching the video. Tape to Tape is a fantastic game. Buy it on Steam. or wherever it is being sold other than Steam. I think it's just Steam. I don't know. Thanks for tuning in. Go ahead and subscribe. I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you later.